Welcome back to another week of Hawk News. I am Tyrus Williams.
And I'm Madison Cobbs. Hawk News is a student-produced newscast recorded live on the campus of Red Oak High School.
This week is Red Ribbon Week, and our student reporters interviewed students if they participated in the dress-up days and what Red Ribbon Week means to them.
Red Ribbon Week it means to me like, everybody don't do drugs because, it's not good. It's not the best for you. It's about self-control. You gotta be responsible,
Not really for high school because they don't really care. But like for the kids though, to because it's not gonna really stop drug use, but it's gonna postpone it, something like that, like postpone it before they start using it or something. I guess, yeah, that's kind of good.
Kids don't do drugs.
It just lets everybody know that you shouldn't do drugs no matter what, because anything could be laced, anything can happen.
Yes, I do actually. The fact that, schools allow us to have these weeks, it's important.
I honestly forgot what later this week was, but when I look at the paper, I will.
Yeah, my favorite one was the camo one.
Drugs are bad, stay in school.
Debate Club is back on the Red Oak High School campus. Andrew Adderholt has the story.
Here at Red Oak, we used to have a really robust debate program. That's actually how my husband and I met. We were both volunteer judges for one of the debate tournaments here like 7 years ago. But then we didn't have the teacher anymore, so for a few years the program just kind of fizzled out. And last year I started a Hamlet mock trial with my honors English 2 students, and a lot of the kids just did really, really well with it. And I thought that this would be a good way for them to shine. So
I've honestly had been wanting to do it since like freshman year, but COVID happened, so I think they stopped doing it. But Ms. Johnson told me about it, and I don't know, I just kind of like debating, and I wanted to do it.
Well, a lot of my friends were joining the debate, so I thought that was going to be really fun. And my parents were both in debate, and they're actually really, how do I say that? They're really great speakers. So I just wanted to follow in their footsteps, become as great as they are.
I like to argue, you could say. I like to prove my point and also find other points just in case I might be wrong, and just expand my viewpoints on certain things, no matter what kind of topic it may be. And I really like mixing in with different crowds and different people. And I also like how it would look on my college resume. It wouldn't be just medical, it would be like that I have other skills as well.
Well, a typical meeting starts around 4:15 after the kids trickle back up.
We start at 4:15, start talking about the previous meeting, and then talk about our goal for the end of the meeting.
Our goal was to get as many sources as possible for our resource library, and we made it into a competition. But then a few weeks ago, we had an actual debate, and it was just silly to get us to practice taking notes and making arguments. So it just depends on the skill we're tackling that week.
We started going through presentations and slideshows to really get the gist of what debate is, and then we went through what type of debates there are and different types of speeches. Collecting sources is kind of fun. It's very interesting because you have to go look at these very professional and academic sources. You have to find all these pros and cons, especially if you're on the affirmative or the opposition of the claim.
Last weekend, the Red Oak Hawk Mighty Band competed at UIL competition in Mesquite. The band made history by placing 3rd overall at finals. Congratulations to our Mighty Hawk Band.
Next Monday is Halloween. Don't forget to send us your spooky Halloween costumes. You can submit your best spooky Halloween costumes to the QR code on the screen. Next week, from November 1st through the 2nd, is Day of the Dead, a celebration of the living and those who have passed. This traditional holiday originalized in Mexico, in which many make altars for their ancestors, as well as have parades, dances, and many other festive activities.
Saturday, November 5th, will be the annual RHS Special Needs Christmas Parade from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Attendees can partake in shopping, food, and kids' crafts. There will be pictures with Santas and a silent auction in the event. Admissions is free for those who attend.
Spooky season means spooky sales. Yearbooks are on sale for $65 until October 30th. so be sure to purchase them before the prices go up on Halloween. You can order a yearbook by visiting www.balfour.com. You can also purchase senior ads at the same time, www.balfour.com. And if you missed out on purchasing last year's yearbook, there are extra copies on sale. Previous yearbooks can be purchased for $40 in cash, or a check can be made out to Red Oak High School. If you have more interest, please stop by Mr. Deaver's room A114.
On Saturday, October 29th, Student Council will be hosting the Texas Association of Student Councils District 3 Fall Conference. The conference will host near 600 students from almost 50 different schools from all over the DFW area. The conference will include advisor breakout sessions and cover information for the District 3 members.
Last Thursday, Liz Truss, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, resigned just 3 days before the passing of Queen Elizabeth. Truss was appointed Prime Minister of England, making Truss the first Prime Minister to serve under two different monarchs since Winston Churchill. She is also the shortest running Prime Minister in British history, resigning just 44 days into her tenure. King Charles then appointed Rishi Sunak as the 57th Prime Minister of England, as well as the first colored person to be Prime Minister.
An organization calls for reform in the college sports and has filed a complaint with the U.S. Justice Department system against the NCAA, accusing those involved with governing bodies of violating antitrust laws by capping compensation to athletes. The NCAP is asking the agency to pursue civil criminal charges against individuals who share responsibility in maintaining athlete compensation restrictions. NCAA is a predatory economic cartel that denies college athletes the freedom to use their gifts and talents to earn money without restrictions, a freedom afforded to other Americans, National College Players Association Executive Director Ragmaki Huma said Friday.
When we come back on Hawk News, we will have your weekend weather report. Don't go away.
And in this week's weather, Drew, what are the temperatures looking like today?
Thank you, Madison. Today we have a high of 73 and a low of 57, with scattered thunderstorms expected tonight. This week we experienced good amounts of rain. Temperatures have also started to drop, bringing in the fall season. For the last home football game on Friday night, expect temperatures of 57 degrees with a 100% chance of rain. So bring your umbrella if you're going to enjoy the game. This weekend, the temperatures are expected to be in the 60s and 70s with a 24% chance of rain on Saturday. And your Halloween weather outlook is a high of 73 with a low of 47. So bring your coat if you're going to go trick-or-treating with your friends. Your entertainment corner is next.
Hey, coming to lunch with us? Yeah, I was gonna go to the bathroom for a second. Oh, okay. See you then.
Audio Jungle.
Hello, I am Brianna Leon, and this is your Entertainment Corner. Taylor Swift's new album, Midnight's, released last Friday. Fans received the album well, as it earned an 85 on the Metacritic. Critics say after a foray into a different sonic world on Swift's return to pure pop is still shimmering. Black Adam made its box office debut last weekend with a powerful punch, with rumors about Black Adam circulating since 2014. The film finally released last Friday and earned $67 million in its opening weekend. Despite poor reviews from critics, the film has done well with audience, earning 90% fan review with Rotten Tomato. Halloween Ends dropped a crush 80% in this week's 2 box office showing. The film took an opening weekend of $41.25 million, which was the lowest of the reboot trilogy. With a slight margin, Halloween 2018 made $76.2 million and Halloween Kills made $49.3 million. However, it earned the best opening weekend for a #1 film since Jordan Peele's alien thriller, Nope came out in July. The biggest damper appears to the fact that the film was released on NBC Universal streaming services Peacock on the same day as the theatrical premiere. While that same release strategy didn't seem to hamper Halloween Ends considerably, Halloween Ends has also been receiving strong negative reactions from the many fans of the franchise, which is likely either driving stragglers away from seeing the film at all or causing them to reconsider seeing it in the theaters at all. On Monday, renowned actor and comedian Leslie Jordan sadly passed away in a car crash. Reports say Jordan suffered a suspected medical emergency while driving, which led him crashing his BMW into a building. Leslie Jordan was the best known for his roles in Will and Grace, American Horror Story, The Cool Kids, and many more. You may also know him from the funny videos on social media pages. And now we want to hear from you. Our Student Hawk News students will be sending out polls, and we want to hear you. Check out our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we will take part in online polls to have each of your voices heard about what's going on around campus with what stories for us to cover and things that are going around campus. Well, that's all I have for you in your entertainment, but don't go away. Your sports report is next.
Hello, I'm Steven Salas, and this is your Spooky Sports Report. Last Friday night, the Lady Hawks varsity volleyball team played at Ennis High School in an important district match. The Lady Hawks dominated the match, dispatching Ennis 3-1 and pushing the Lady Hawks into second place in district with one remaining district match. On Tuesday night, the Lady Hawks finished out their regular season with a district matchup against Corsicana. The Lady Hawks gave a dominant performance for the home crowd, winning the last district match 3-0. The Lady Hawks finished the season in second place in district and will await their playoff matchup. Last Thursday, the varsity Hawks football team took a trip to Killeen to play the Killeen Kangaroos in a district match. The Hawks received the ball first and took the lead with a quick and early touchdown through the air. The defense responded with a quick stop to give the ball back over to the offense, and they took advantage and scored another touchdown. Killeen showed some life with the score going into the half being 28-13. The Hawks came back out the second half, continuing the score, but the Kangaroos did put up a fight, scoring 2 second-half touchdowns. The Hawks ended the game with a 59-28 win over the Killeen Kangaroos. With this win over Killeen and Lake Belton losing to Midlothian, Red Oak Hawks are now in second place in district as they head into the final stretch of the regular season. October 25th marked the anniversary of one of the worst gaffes in NFL history. 1964 Minnesota Vikings star defensive end Jim Marshall, after recovering a fumble against the 49ers in San Francisco, ran 66 yards the wrong way into his own end zone. The 4-year veteran believed he had scored a touchdown and threw the ball out of bounds in celebration, resulting in a safety for San Francisco. Marshall, part of the Vikings' famed Purple People Eaters defensive line, played 20 seasons in the NFL in addition to registering 130 sacks. He played in 282 straight games, one of the longest streaks in league history. Despite a stellar career, Marshall became best known for his wrong way run. Ooh. It was tough when it happened, Marshall told St. Paul Pioneer Press in 2015. I took my football career very seriously, and to make a mistake, of course, it's something that you don't want on your resume, but mistakes happen. And now for your upcoming games. On Thursday night, the freshman football team will play at home against Granbury, while the JV team will play at Granbury. Friday night, the Hawks varsity football team will play at home versus Granbury Pirates. On Monday, the JV and varsity golf team will play in the Pink Out at Mansfield Walnut Creek tournament. And on Tuesday, the girls basketball team will play in a scrimmage against Skyline in the first competition of the year. Well, that's all I have for sports, but don't go away. Hog News will be right back.
Thank you for watching Hawk News.
Where it's your campus, your news.